And I too, I'm a part of the Women in the Spotlight group, and when I, was seeing the conversation, and then Michelle and I had a meeting, and we said, okay, what do we have to do? Because actually, Teens in Progress shared with us, and if it's okay to share the story, can I? Okay. He had stopped by the radio station and told me that some of the girls that were involved in that Riverside fight were once members of Teens in Progress. And Michelle and I was like, wow, they were involved in something like transportation made it so that they were no longer involved in the program. They were coming from Tonawanda. The program is here in Buffalo, so they weren't able to attend the program. We said, well, what if we told them about a program in Tonawanda and just keep them involved and keep them engaged, or just otherwise have a mentor drive to where they're at and just make sure they're staying on that right path. So when we had the opportunity to create this Facebook group, My Sister's Keeper, I said, well, the best thing that I personally could do is be, the bullhorn, be the person who's on 6 days a week and putting the spotlight on women such as yourselves who have these programs and who are mentoring, and just making sure that people are connected, and so that we don't have a situation like that just because of transportation, that our young girls, are falling off.
The boys, we deal with them all the time. The boys is not the ones that's rough.
Exactly.
The girls are rough. When we first started out, the boys, the girls was chasing the boys, beating them up, choking them. I mean, they was brutal. I gave up. I told them, like, those are your girls, I got the boys. Right? So I just want to know what happened. I mean, it was when I was coming up, it was boys rough, girls, you try to keep cute. Everything changed.
I actually posted shortly after I saw the news about the fight. And if anybody has been involved in or tried to break up a fight, girls' fights, are the worst. And oftentimes, in terms of breaking it up, you just have to let them wear each other out. It's unfortunate. So my heart sunk. And then after, I listened to the people interviewed, and I heard one of the ride attendants talk about how she has traveled the country, different cities, Atlanta, Chicago. It had never happened before. I thought to myself, what a disgrace. These girls are acting out because they're hurting.
When I looked at the video, what compelled me was I was one of those girls who used to be in those fights. Not because I wanted to, but because I had to defend myself. Okay, because somebody was always trying to get somebody, and it was always because of the guy.
Talking to one of the young ladies that were involved in that fight, and she was telling me how she missed us, and please call my mom, so we was coming with you guys. It gave her mom something to do and them something to do. And I said, well, I'm getting in contact with your mom because I need y'all guys to come back. Our idea was to try to go to Tonawanda and set up something for them, because there's a whole bunch of them kids out there. And then as I was dealing with all these different youth areas, I find out, and I don't want to disrespect anybody, but I just find out about the girls that's into girls. And so I had to wrap my mind around that. It ain't about boys, it's about girls and girls. And
together, and all of those groups that we've been on Facebook, we never even talked. We never talked about it. Right. We never talked about it, because we were just so busy, focusing on the fact that there was this fight, what are we going to do for the girls, but then there's so many different layers to this. So we have to chip away at it, but it's not going to happen overnight. Right. We know that. But what we want to do is make sure that everybody's at the table, and that we're able to, centralize all of the information, and then be a resource to say, hey, this group is out here, that group is out there. And then those groups, we're going to hold them accountable, because then they have to be ready to deliver.
Like, I live on LaSalle, and I would be willing to bet that Shirley Avenue has moms that raise the fighters. Because Shirley is like about to change. So what you don't want to neglect is there are moms out there who are a far cry from every woman in this room. And those are the mothers that are influencing the girls who are the ringleaders. So you also want to, consider inviting them to your group or just working with them because they're training their little girls to be just off the chain. I saw 2 moms getting ready to fight yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
And the girls are right there watching. So that's a major issue.
That's so true.
What happened to this final comment, sir?
I realized this, that the biggest issue is not the topics that we are elaborating on right now. It goes a little further than that. It starts off with the government. The government don't let the parents chastise their child like they're supposed to. We was all in here, most of us in here was raised up under that law. And
We all were.
I mean, if you still got all your teeth, I'm pretty sure that you followed that rule. So the government done stepped in and said, well, you can't do this to your child, you can't do that to your child. And that's where it all went wrong at,
In New York State, corporal punishment is allowed. You can hit your child. You just cannot leave a bruise.
You can't leave.
That's the only thing you can do. You can hit your child. Just so you know.
When my son was in elementary school, my young son was in elementary school, sometime in the ELA class, they would have them draw pictures and tell a story. So he drew this picture about him being disciplined because he did something wrong. Where did the schools, what they called me while I was having a bad day? I said, look, Miss Lady, my child lives in my house. I feed and clothe my child. And if my child does something wrong that needs for him to be disciplined, I will discipline my child. Because I'm not going to allow my child to be kicked on the street by a police officer and I can correct my child when he does something wrong. I said, until you see my child's brain is coming to his nose or his eyes, do not call my house. Do not.
So what are you guys doing up in here?
We cheer.
Oh yeah, for what? For what squad?
Base.
All right. Can we see some? Can we see a little cheer real quick? All right, here we go. Live at the Crucial Center. The young ladies of base. 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jump. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Let's go.
All right. And give it up to your coach real quick. Who's that over there?
Our coach, Yanni.
Give it up to Coach Yanni. And the cheer mom.
Hi, Mom.